let's talk about Fast X. I am an unapologetic Fast and Furious lover. Ever since I saw Fast 5, which was the first Fast and the Furious movie I watched, I have been in love with the franchise. I went back and watched the first 4 films as well. All very entertaining, enjoyable, balls to the wall, fun action movies. And Fast X does not disappoint. It truly does comes full circle in a way, and it does kind of feel like it is going towards the end of an era. Think of Infinity War Endgame, but for the Fast and the Furious franchise, and this is what this movie is. It's almost non-stop action, but it's entertaining, well-directed, choreographed action sequences, and it never really gives up. If you watch some of the more recent Fast and the Furious, there are some moments in them, especially in like 8 and 9, where it kind of drags on and kind of takes itself a little too seriously. Fast X, I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like there was any moments where it took itself too seriously, but I didn't feel like there was any moments that it jumped the shark way too much, more so than the franchise has already done. It did ground itself a little bit compared to what we saw in Fast 8 and Fast 9 especially. Kind of took it back to that for Fast 5, Fast 6 level of entertainment, where it was still bonkers action and some over-the-top sequences, but it felt a little bit more grounded in a sense. I mean, as grounded as anything in Fast and Furious can. I love the overall dynamic of the characters. That's what you watch this movie for. It's the family aspect of it. There are like 4 different storylines going. The John Cena storyline is really entertaining. Tyrese and Ludacris's storyline is fun. The one with Letty is entertaining as well. But the stuff happening with Dom and Jason Momoa is balls to the wall bonkers. Jason Momoa is probably the most entertaining villain we've had. He's so out there, and his performance is just so captivating. I just loved every moment this guy was on screen. Every time he popped up, I was just like, what the heck is he about to do next? And yeah, this movie does have some emotional weight to it, especially if you've been a long-time watcher. There are moments that are going to be like, oh man, like, it truly does feel like it's coming to an end. There are some really good moments. I mean, it's a Fast and the Furious movie. The story isn't that deep. There are narrative issues here and there. Like, the story does feel a little disjointed since there's 4 things going on at one time. But again, it does harken back to some of the other events, especially from Fast 5, which kind of kicked off this new era of Fast and the Furious movies. But overall, this is an entertaining movie, especially if you're a Fast and the Furious lover. You're going to enjoy this movie a lot. If you've never been on the bandwagon, it's not going to change your mind. But for me, I unabashedly and unapologetically enjoy